Well, hey, everybody. It is Tuesday, July 19th, 2022. Tried to pretend like I didn't look at it, and I did it anyhow. I don't know. It's like Pavlov's dogs. Ring the bell. They, blah, 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 blah. Me, I say, hey, everybody, and I immediately look at the date. It's crazy. I know. It's whatever. Hey, so we're glad you're here. Like I said, it's Tuesday. It is just Rosie and I. Jeff's out like trying to make money and stuff or whatever. I don't even know what the heck's going on. Craig Hutchinson, what's up, buddy? He said hello, everyone. Matthew Wright. He said, whoop, the video finally loaded. There you go. Whatever that means. I'm happy that you're happy. And James Vaughn, what's up, buddy? What's happening? Dennis Lewis said, good evening, Charlie, Jeff, the boss, Rosie. Charlie, you forgot. I did not forget, sir. I told you I'm working on this stuff, man. I'll call you when I can. Look. Listen here, man. There's only one of me. There's like two of her. She's at least two different people. I'm just saying, but there's only one of me, and I can't do it. But I got Rosie here, so Rosie's here. She's going to hang out with me, and she's on the phone and stuff. Ken Kelly, what's up, buddy? Glad to see you. Never did ask you how your trip went, but man, how'd your trip go? I hope it was awesome. I bet it was amazing. Jeff ain't you better stop. Jeff ain't the boss. I say nobody's the boss. Nobody's boss of me. You ain't my mama. You can't tell me what to do. My real mama would tell me what to do, and I don't. Wait, stop it. Timothy Ransom, what's going on, buddy? That new truck being automatic will help your neck heal. Well, let's hope so if I can get into surgery, man. I tell you what, it's already making me feel better because I'm not getting pounded the way I used to get pounded. Let me tell you, it's something else. Jason Caps, what's up, buddy? Glad to see you. Roland, what's happening? Man, y'all are blowing me up. I'm trying to keep up. ¿Qué pasa? ¿Cómo estás? Alan, what's up, buddy? This Target thing. Oh, he's making a face. Sorry, I'll get back to you as soon as I can, man. Again, y'all call me like right before the show, and like, look, this day isn't. I pretty much focus on getting the show stuff ready. So I apologize if I don't get back to you quickly on a Tuesday. But look,
let's not get started on the Target thing because yeah.
right, look, I got my own issues right now. I'm just saying. We don't look. Stop. I don't stop. Stop it. Stop it. Look,
everybody's here. Let's enjoy the company.
Everybody, what's company? My bad. Look. Ken Kelly, what'd you say? Trip is awesome. Now that the truck is in the shop. Blue retired.
Oh.
Blew the rear end. Oh no. Truck ownership, bro. Truck ownership. That's what I gotta say. Matt said, suck it up, Buttercup. You'll live on target. I don't know. That's from, I'm sure that was for Alan, but I don't know. We'll see. Confined cooking. Good evening, folks. In the middle of the test we talked about. Good. How's that going? Tell us, fill us in. Hey, you know what we should do? Before I go running off at the mouth again, because, Jeff was giving me a hard time about, last week I kept wondering when you're going to do it. When you're going to do it. Well, you know what? I'm going to do it. So he doesn't yell at me because he's probably going to go back and look at me like, dude, you're just a train wreck. And I'm going to be like, whatever, man. And so, yeah, let's do this thing that we call the fuel surcharge report. Pow. I love that little pow part. I don't know why, but I do. So this week we took a hit, I guess, depending on how you look at it. And fuel prices went down. The national average went down 0.136 cents per gallon to 5.43.2. West Coast Pad 5 went down 16.9 cents. That's a big drop to 6.11.6. That brings our fuel surcharge down to 0.709. My love, there's a caller coming in. That's a change of 0.023 cents. I'm so off today. Sorry, guys. And the West Coast fuel surcharge is down to 10 cents because that gap dropped below that 70-cent mark, and we're down to 60.684. And whoever was calling hung up. Whatever. They hung up. See how they are? Just vanished. Or she answered it. I don't know. I can't see it. I see her talking. But I don't know. Anyhow, so that's what it is. Hey, if you guys do want to call in, 813-548-3722, 813-LIVE-SEC, and we will muddle through the day, and we're here for you guys to hang out, answer your questions, and talk about the things you guys want to talk about this week. We had some stuff go on this week. Let me get out of the screen first, and let's do this. Pow! I brought her back. Now they hung up. I didn't see who it was, but somebody was there, and then they were gone. They decided they didn't want to talk.
See what happens when I pay attention to the
emoji. Show? No, they had just like dialed in and then they stopped. That's okay. So this week, you guys, I don't know how you guys feel about the fuel surcharge and all that stuff. And anyhow, I'm not too worried about it. We're still pretty high. 70 cents is still 70 cents. This week, we have had a lot of discussion, it seems, about batteries, about tire wear, things of that nature. And when it comes to tire wear, I can tell you that our official stance here at Contractors Corner is if you've got tire issues, you need to take that truck to an MD alignment shop. And there was a bit of a debate about that. Well, and someone said, well, I've had a guy doing my alignment for so many years, and that's fine. I mean, don't get us wrong. Look, man, if you're happy with your guy doing your tire alignment, that's fine. But I can tell you that if they are using the laser deal with the little platforms that they jack your truck up and put it down on the platform and all that stuff, I can tell you that the quality of that alignment will not be to that of the MD alignment system. And the reason being is when MD alignment guys align your truck, they roll your truck into the bay, and it's in what's known as an as-driven state. As soon as you jack up one wheel and you put pressure on that spring or that shock and then lower it back down on the platform, that shock and that spring are now in a different position, and you lose that as-driven state. And as soon as you roll out of that shop after that alignment, those shocks and those springs will change position and go back to their as-driven state. And the reason that makes a difference is it changes the geometry. And then when you look at how those machines work, they're allowed tolerances. So they could be, 4 thousandths of an inch to the left on, let's say, your outward toe. And they could be 4 thousandths of an inch to the right outward toe on the right side. And now you have tires effectively that are pointed out like this. So now you have 8 thousandths of an inch difference between those two tires. Just saying. The MD alignment guys will align it in, like I said, the as-driven orientation. That a word? That a good word? I don't know. That could be a good word. An as-driven state. There you go. My cigar went out and my brain stopped working. So, and it just comes out in the end to be a better alignment. Now, look, you trust your guys, whatever you want to do it that way, just understand it's not going to compare to a guy that does the MD alignment the way that it's supposed to be done. Don't know what to tell you. It just is what it is. The old rule of, taking 2 pieces of string, measuring tape, and a 2x4 actually works better than the laser deals a lot of times. So I'm just saying, whatever. Anyhow, that's that. So tires, alignments, look, I would absolutely go check out MD alignment simply because they are They just are the best people out there for that. I mean, they go through training for that stuff specifically, and their equipment is actually very simple. And because of that simplicity, you get a better alignment. Don't know what to tell you. Oh, and on top of that, they do full blown inspections of the entire, undercarriage and suspension system and steering parts. Where a lot of these, let's say the TA or someone like that with their magical $75,000 laser alignment computer setup, they simply roll you in, jack the tires up, put you on the platform, and align it. They could care less if you have a bad shock. They don't inspect your tires to see what kind of wear patterns are showing. They just simply put it up there, align it to what the computer says, and send you on your way. And you start driving down the road and you still got shakes and wobbles and giddy ups in it. And you're like, well, what the heck? I just got my truck aligned. Just saying. It is what it is. MD Alignment, we love those guys. They don't pay us nothing. Maybe someday they will, but I can tell you right now, we ain't getting anything from them now. It's just products that we enjoy and we trust, and it's services that we use personally. And that's all it is, guys. I mean, we're not trying to make them money. We're trying to make sure you make more money, save more money by getting services that we believe we know are going to help you out in the long term. So, yeah, there's that. Anyhow, I'll get off that horse. If you guys have any questions, throw them up. This week is all going to be about what you guys want to talk about. If you want to talk about something, throw it up. We will talk about it. We've been kind of focused on individual topics for the last couple of weeks. We haven't really opened it up to a ton of question time. So since Jeff isn't here and I decided I wasn't going to prepare anything for the week, that's what I wanted to do. I want to talk about this, whatever it is you guys want to talk about. If you guys want to talk about stuff, look, it's going to be a short show. You guys are making the decisions. Look at crickets. Did chat go down? Am I missing something? I haven't seen a comment in like, I don't know, an hour, whatever. What was the other big topic? There was it was tires, batteries. So people were having a couple of people had some weird battery problems. And I wanted to just touch on that. I typically, before winter, the end of summer, sometime beginning of fall, go through and disassemble all the cables and wires and stuff coming out of my batteries. I take the batteries out, clean terminal end, super good, go back through and then seal them with that magical red battery terminal end sealer stuff that helps keep the corrosion off. That's all good stuff to do. The people that are having problems this week, it looked like I really wanted to say like they were having alternator problems because, yeah, it just, if you think you're having a battery issue, make sure you get the alternator checked before you swap a battery, because if the alternator is not doing its job, it's not going to help with the batteries. Are y'all still here? I don't see any chat. It's freaking me out. It's like, stop moving.
Right?
Someone say something.
Oh.
Look at her. Let's watch her take the call. No, she'll get mad at me. So, someone type in chat. Do me a favor. Type in chat. It's not moving, and it's got me worried. Like, because this is weird. My chat has died. Oh, this is going to make it super interesting. So, this is what we're going to have to do. Because I don't have chat, and I don't think Rosie does either, this is weird. Not sure how to process this. So if you got questions, I'm going to apologize right now, because the last comment I saw came from Confined Cooking saying, "Good evening, folks." And nothing's come up since then. So I've just been rattling on. So do us a favor. Call into the line. Look, if you don't want to be on air, just tell her you don't want to be on air and ask her your question, and she will pass it on to me. And if you don't mind being on the air, then hang out. We will get you on the air and get your question or comment or whatever it is you want to do. Because like I said, this show's about you guys this week. Well, it's always about you guys, all of us, honestly. And but I wanted to be able to address, individual questions and things like that. And of course, the chat dies on me this week. Why wouldn't it die? I mean, it seems legit. Oh, excuse my sinuses. And as soon as I get Rosie back here, I'm going to let her know what I just told you guys. So, my love, my chat is dead.
Oh, no.
Do you have chat going?
No.
What's the last comment you see?
By confined cooking.
Yep, me too.
That was it. Oh,
I can't type a message in there. Like, it's dead.
What?
Yeah.
I
don't know why, but it's dead.
Oh.
So what I just told people is that they have a question, I would like them to call you. If they don't want to be on air, then they can just ask you the question and you can pass on their question. How fun does that sound?
No, not fun.
Whatever. It's going to be a blast. You're going to love it. Wow, I put that mic too far. Wow, I keep moving it. I'm trying to find this weird spot, and I can't find my happy spot. That sounded funny. Just not here to scold me for that statement.
Well, we do have a call, or you do have a call.
All right, I'm going to get to Ken right now. I had to make sure my cigar was lit. Ken's always a great one. Come on, let's see. And here we go. Welcome, Ken. You're here, I think.
Hey, yeah, I'm here.
Man,
somewhere.
You sound like you got beat up.
Your mic? Yeah, no, I'm kind of wore out. Your mic, by the way, I've been wanting to tell you this for a couple of weeks. Your mic is really sounding good on my end. I mean, it sounds kind of really professional, like you're on the radio type mic.
Well, I try, sir.
It was a little loud and sloppy, but the last couple of weeks it's been sounding really good.
Yeah,
so don't stick with it.
No, I had some problems a few weeks back and I have no idea what happened to it, but it went completely horrible on me, and I was like, "What the hell?" So I had to go through and reset everything and retune everything. And see, the adjustment I'm making now it's the distance from my face, because every now and then I lean up and I'm like, "Oh, that's too close." So then I adjust it and I lean back in and I'm like, "Oh crap, it's too far." Problems of a beauty queen.
Yeah, I know.
So what's shaking, Ken?
Hey. Well, I blew my rear end. But that's the bad news. The good news is it was 10 days before the warranty expired.
Oh,
so that's a good
score.
Yeah.
Man,
I'm still waiting for Meritor to do their thing about the rear end.
Can you imagine my luck would have been on the day after the warranty, right?
That's usually my luck too.
It's
like, oh, your warranty expired yesterday. Oh, great.
So how long are you going to be down with that? Do you know?
I've been down for like 3 days, 4 days. I'd get a rental, but I really.
Yep.
I've got enough in the bank to where to last me for a couple of weeks before I really start to hurt.
Right, I understand
but I don't
that.
Want to get away because of the cam. I don't want to deal with that.
Right?
Cam.
I know, huh? I'm like, is it really worth it?
The other thing I want to talk about is I've been reading on the other site there about people. Who do we contact about end of lease? Well, I just got an email.
Oh my gosh!
So I wanted to put that out there.
Yeah, right. Check your email and be proactive.
Yeah, one is the guy just got trained because the old person that did it, Rebecca, for years and years, decades. She moved on to another department.
Right.
They got this other guy that just got trained, so he's a little backed up. Still, the only options that they have available, with very rare exceptions, you were one of them, but extremely rare exceptions, is you can buy your truck out, the one that you've got, outright.
Right.
You can lease another truck, used truck with low miles, or you can continue with the payments that you've got now. In the email, and I talked to him on the phone earlier, he did state that Kenworth and Freightliner will be accepting orders in 6 months, and they have a 6-month wait after that. So they will not be getting new trucks for at least a year.
Wow. Yeah. So I honestly really did get lucky. Like, it was basically stolen from a company person.
Mhm.
But because of that, I mean, look, let's be real. It's a company spec truck, right?
Right.
So I don't have, amazing seats and all this other stuff that some of these guys get. But honestly, look, everything about this truck is so much better than Chewy right now. Because Chewy was just pounding me and tired and old and just needed so much love that I just can't provide right now. Makes me sad.
I like the truck that I'm in, but it's just a lemon. I mean, this thing, I've replaced all kinds of crap
Right.
on it, transmission, and so I really don't want to buy it. I might extend a lease on it. I haven't figured that out yet.
Right. Well, maybe that'd be worth it, though.
Yeah. Well, Jeff will beat me up. He'll say, you ought to buy the truck. You ought to buy the truck. Dude, I turned 65 next month.
Nice.
Right? And I have a plan. So when I retire sometime between 68 and 70, I don't want something I have to sell.
Hey, fair enough.
I'll probably leave the country. So to retire, where it's cheaper, less tax.
Right.
I simply just don't want to own a truck, so I have to sell it when I retire.
See, I don't think Jeff would beat you up on that per se, because you're aware of what it is you're doing. You have a plan. You're going about this with information and being informed about what your options are, right?
Right.
We tend to beat people up who do things like, lease a truck, and then say, man, I wish I owned a truck.
Right.
You know what I mean? So, and that's what he did. I mean, let's be real, and I got into this new lease simply because, my other one made me a ton of money, and it had served its purpose up to this point, and due to my health stuff and all the ridiculous amounts of time off I've taken lately, I just didn't have the reserves to be able to do the things I need to do to it. So rather than, wait for something really bad to happen while I'm out on the road, I decided, well, screw it. I'm just going to lease a new truck. Try to lease a new truck. I was like reserved to, getting a low mile 22, and this thing popped up and got stolen out of the system, and I got lucky. So, but yeah, I mean, being informed is what we're worried about, right? I mean, that's really our big concern. It's just like, if a guy wants to drive 70 because he likes going fast, and we say, hey, man, that's cool. Just understand, he's like, hey, look, I know my fuel mileage is going to suffer. It's going to cost me more to run it that way through this, and that. Hey, man, power to you. As long as you're informed, and you're not coming back later talking about, oh, I can't make any money because I'm driving 70, right?
I was in, I got to go. Speaking of that, I've been going back and forth to Utah to keep my miles down to California.
Right.
The AB5. And it tickles me. I get out in Nevada, and I'll be doing 60 miles an hour, and these company drivers come and blow by. You can see him sitting in the seat, all proud and loud.
Oh, yeah.
Look at me, I'm going 65 miles an hour. I said, and I'm thinking to myself, and then you're going to bitch because you don't get a raise.
Right? Hey, look, man.
You guys are
I'm with
burning
you.
all that fuel.
I know, man. It's something else.
The other thing I want to talk about, there was a comment that a guy said that he got an alignment and still pulls to the right.
Right.
I forget who that was, but guys, it will pull to the right. It's supposed to. You got the crown in the road.
Right. The roads naturally slope out to the right for drainage.
Naturally, right.
So
it's
there's always a slight pull.
Pull to the right. Yeah. It just depends on how fast it goes to the right.
Yeah, I don't know what was going
You'll never
on.
get rid of it going to the right.
Right. I don't know what was going on with the chat in the video. So if you guys can see it, understand, Rosie and I cannot for whatever reason. The last comment we saw came from Confined Cooking talking about good evening, folks. And that's the last thing we saw from anybody. That's why we're taking to the phones. If you guys got questions, make sure you get in on the phones. I got another one waiting, and we're talking with Ken Kelly now.
Okay.
And so, yeah, that's how we're going to do today, guys. So if nobody calls, it's going to be a short show because, look, y'all don't want me rambling about the stuff that's in my head right now because it's not pleasant. I'm just saying.
Yeah. I'll get off and let that other guy go. I just wanted to put out that truck information because I've been seeing a lot of comments.
Right.
Saying, well, I'm almost at the end of the lease. Guys, with the supply chain issues, you are not going to get a new truck.
Right.
Just give up the idea.
And be proactive,
It
though.
just is not gonna
Reach out. Talk to those
be
people.
proactive.
And
Anyway, I'll let you go.
All right, buddy. We appreciate you, Ken.
Yeah, take care. I'm watching the show offline. Have a good one.
All right, man. Bye. Let's see. I can push buttons here, and I'm going to bring in. Who was it? Rick Jenkins. That's who it was. Good Lord. Man, I can't even read the screen. Rick Jenkins. Are you there, buddy?
Yes, sir.
Hey,
Yes, sir.
man.
How
What's
are you?
up?
Same old thing.
What
are you doing?
Man, just hanging out, talking to a couple people, just seeing what's going on. Yeah.
Man, just living a dream, so to speak.
Right. Exactly. I am absolutely living a dream. Look, every day I'm living a dream. Some days are better than other dreams, but I'm just, whatever.
Yes, sir.
I'm glad you called, though, man.
I agree.
I've been curious how your fuel mileage test was going for you.
Well, it took a minute to get used to this 63 miles an hour.
Right.
Absolutely. I mean, it's hard going slow.
It is
very
when
hard.
you're used to doing 70 and stuff.
Today's the last day of it.
Okay.
But then tomorrow I go the next 2 weeks on the other part of the test.
Okay.
And I'm not using ES Advantage throughout this whole thing. I'm using COM data only so that everything can be, tracked 100%. The one thing that I have found is slowing down. Yes, I am saving on fuel.
Okay.
I went from high sixes, low sevens up to the mid nines. All right.
That's pretty significant.
So it is, because when you figure it's a 200-gallon tank, 2 100-gallon tanks, that extra 2 miles per gallon, that's 400 extra miles. That's an extra load.
Right.
Could be anyway.
Right.
But it's very relaxing doing the 63 now.
Right.
Because I've gotten into it is because I've gotten into the mindset of just slowing down and letting everybody go by.
Right.
And like the last guy was saying about him driving 60 out in Nevada, watching company drivers blow by him.
Exactly.
They're sitting up there all tall and proud, like they're passing somebody. But, because they're not paying for the fuel, so they don't understand.
It is absolutely insane. You just kind of chill out and watch the world go by, and you're not like grabbing the wheel, fighting every little nook and cranny in the road, and you're just kind of slow rolling it, man.
Well, my biggest problem is that I can still go slow, and it annoys me that I could be at my destination quicker. That's my thing.
I get it.
Not thinking about the fuel portion
right.
of it. It's just my mindset is hurry up and get there.
Right. Well, it's how we've been programmed.
It took a minute to get
hurry up and wait. Hurry up and wait. Hurry up and wait.
But see, I keep myself running. I always have a load right after I deliver. So right. I don't have the hurry up and wait. It's drop and hook or live unload, and I schedule everything accordingly.
Okay.
To where, yes, I may have the live unload, but I'll do it. I'm pretty good at time management.
Right.
And if you can learn to be pretty good at time management, then you can really work that clock to the best advantage that you have.
Right. So on the next phase of your testing, what are you going to there?
Oh, I'm foot to the floor.
Foot to the floor to see if you can get that extra load in, right?
Yep.
Okay. I look forward to seeing it, man.
And so do I. And I, like I've already told Sue, you know, how great she is. I've already told Sue multiple times. And actually, the first week I started doing this, I told Sue, yeah, I might have to call Charlie and Jeffrey and eat some crow. You know, because I was seeing a significant difference in my fuel mileage.
Right.
You know, but I didn't see the difference in my pay.
Right.
You know, but I was off for a month. So, you know, the first couple of weeks was, you know, taking time to reacclimate.
Right.
And now that I've been back for a couple of weeks running this test, you know, the next couple of weeks will determine, because I'm going to base everything off of my net.
Right.
You know,
and that's what it should be.
I'm either making more money or I'm not.
Right.
Yeah, I'm either making more money doing it your way or doing it my way, or I'm not.
Right.
You know, either y'all are right or I'm right. One of the two.
See, and
I don't care which either.
Right. Whichever way works best for you, man. And that's all we're ever trying to say. We're not saying our way is the only way. We're not saying our way is the best way. We always say, look, if you can find a better way, then let's back it up with numbers, right? So that other people can make a decision based on their numbers and their reality. Because, you know, the vast majority of people in typical OTR type operations, right, with scheduled appointment times like we typically have at Swift, the way that it works out more times than not is you drive 70, you get there, you got to wait for the appointment time. I mean, I regularly, I would get like 34s in because I was driving 70, you know, coast to coast. I'd get there and the customer wouldn't take me for a day and a half.
Right.
You know, and what good did that do me? Not only did I waste, you know, driving 70, but then I sat there and idled for 34 hours.
No, I understand.
You know,
and you waste all that fuel doing that as well.
You know, yeah. And so, I mean, that's typically the way that the bulk of that stuff happens. And oh my God, look who's here. Hang on one second. It's the Jeff Morton. He just joined in. Jeff, I have no chat. So if you have chat, you're in charge of chat, buddy, because I have none. It is completely dead on mine and Rosie's end both.
Well, I just logged in, so I don't have any yet, but we'll see if anything pops up.
Your headset's not on.
Of course it's not.
We usually go through this before the show. He has to adjust his headset. Jeff, I've got Rick Jenkins on the phone. We're talking about his fuel mileage test. He's down to 63. He's been doing it. How long you been on 63, Rick?
2 weeks.
2 weeks.
2 weeks.
His fuel mileage is up nearly 2 miles per gallon.
Uh-huh.
And that's so much better. You actually sound like you have bass. We'll go with you have bass in your voice. I was going to go somewhere totally different.
I got the bass.
Yeah. But yeah, so he's up almost 2 miles, mile and a half, 2 miles per gallon, dropping to 63.
From what? What was he driving before? 70?
Yeah.
Like everybody else? Okay.
Right. And he's down to 63. He said he finds himself more relaxed because of it, other than the fact that he wishes he was already there. Wherever it is, that. There is, right. You know. Sorry, guys. I just wanted to catch Jeff up because, you know, and so yeah. And so now he is going to go back to foot on the floor for another 2 weeks and see how that goes and see if he ends up with a bigger or smaller bottom line due to being able to run more loads, if that's the way it works out or what have you. And that's where we're at, man.
How's freight in your lane where you're running?
Yeah. Sorry?
How's the freight out where you're at?
What was that? I mean, I stay running. I mean, I typically always get a load right after the next load, you know, because I try to be as proactive as possible to make certain that I'm never sitting. Freight is kind of light, but when you make pretty good relationships with planners, they're going to take care of you.
Right.
So
Build
so
those
for
relationships.
Me, freight's great. Freight. Yeah. Freight for me, freight is great. I'm not sitting.
Okay.
So, I don't know about everyone else. I just know for me, I mean, I see a lot on Facebook saying I've been sitting for 2 days and blah, blah, blah. Well, my thought is you got to be proactive. You got to call planners. You got to send in those MAC-10s. You got to annoy them sometimes to the point of, oh my gosh, just give him a load so he'll shut up, and leave us alone.
No doubt.
I mean, there have been times when I've had to do that,
Well, if you notice, I'll use this as an opportunity to bring this up real quick. So people within the Contractors Corner group that say they've been sitting for 2 days, I will almost always say, have you talked to the owner-operator planners yet? And Charlie, what's normally their response?
Nope. What? We have owner-operator planners?
Nope.
Do you have their number? Like we haven't posted it 20 million times already.
You mean 888-246-5126 like it's on the screen right now? I'm just saying.
So yeah, you're absolutely right. The proactivity is the key. Charlie and I don't sit that much either.
It's building rapport with your. No, I mean there's no. I mean you're running your business. You are 100% responsible for your business, and how you run your business is up to you. And for me, I mean, Coretta knows me by name. Omar knows who I am. We've never met in person, but I'll call him. He'll say, "Hey, Richard, how are you?" Blah blah blah. Or Coretta is, "Well, how are you, Mr. Jenkins?"
Mm-hmm.
That kind of stuff. And
now
and then the various planners throughout the country.
Yeah.
I could just call them and say, "Hey, Jill, how are you?" And I mean, it's about building the relationship, like you just said.
So, pause me if I'm out in left field here, but would it be fair to say that people, when you call Coretta is really good at her job, but be prepared to have a conversation because she is a talker. she when I call her, man, she talks to me like we're long lost cousins or something, and it's like, okay, yeah, I love talking to you, but you just got me this load that picks up in 5 minutes, so let's.
Right.
Hey, I'm getting to my shipper.
Nope.
Gotta run, lady. No, she is a wonderful lady, and she knows her business. But I'll tell you this: I mean, she might want to talk, whatever, but she'll also set you straight in a heartbeat. You get cross with her, and she will set you straight.
Oh yeah, don't lip off to that woman. I can imagine that is not a pleasant thing. In fact, I almost want to hear someone do it just to hear it. Is that wrong?
Quite lovely. It is wrong.
I think
to do it yourself.
Right.
I think that would be great TV. Charlie, why don't you give her a call real quick?
Right. Oh, I'm getting on. Oh, wait, I think she's gone. Thank God. Oh man. Just call her and just start laying into her. It'll be great.
Yeah, until you take a breath.
Right. Well, cool, man. I'm looking forward to hearing how this comes out, Rick. I really am. Just because, I mean, you're willing to actually do the work and, figure out the numbers, and you and Sue are working together on this thing, and I dig the hell out of that.
Well, Sue and I talk a lot about this because she knows that I am big on numbers, and I'm running my business as efficiently as possible, and whether you're right or whether I'm right either way, it doesn't matter to me. One of us are going to be right.
Right.
But it's not about how you do your style or anybody else. For me, it's about the numbers. All right. And if I can make better money running at 63,
right,
I'm all in on that. I sing the praises of whomever came up with that. You and Jeffrey. There's no reason for me to deny that.
Right.
But if I can make better money running the way I run, then there's no reason for me to deny that either.
No, and look, like I said, that will vary from person to person from time to time. It's just that generally speaking, when you look at that overall OTR market type thing, I mean, Jeff will tell you, he goes to Walmart, he speeds up, man, because he can get more loads in that week at lower fuel costs and bank it out.
Yeah. Well, it's it just
Well, like Sue and I were saying.
Mm-hmm.
Go ahead, Jeffrey.
Yeah, I do the math depending on where I'm going and what I'm doing. You know, like the load stack that I'm working this week, absolutely no reason to go over even 55. Not really. It just there's enough time between the loads
you have a set
and
amount
whatnot.
of miles per day.
Right, and I've got a stack that works me through until about, I don't even know what day it is, Charlie. What day is it?
Tuesday. It's Tuesday, July 19, 2022.
Probably through Thursday. You know,
Sorry,
and it finals out in Salem, Oregon, which is a crap zone to be in. But, you know, that's another thing, Charlie, I was going to mention. You know, we always talk about staying moving and doing stuff we wouldn't normally do. I'm running Oregon again.
Yep.
And why am I doing that? Because there ain't nothing else out of my region. Everything's
just stay out of there for the last year.
I-5 corridor is where it's at right now. And it sucks because of the fuel tax situation in Oregon. Not all of us get it paid for, Mr. Dedicated up there.
Ken Kelly, who just got off the
phone. Yeah, so, you know, same thing with speeding up. I'm at a Walmart DC somewhere. I'm trying to get that extra 300 miles at the end of the week. Maybe as much as 600 miles. It depends on how the freight's running. But, you know, with how little we pay for fuel in that scenario, which not always, but I know Opelika was beating ESA last week for fuel. You know, so even better than our discount card. So it pays to try and get those extra miles in. And yeah, so I'm doing 68 to those stores.
Right.
And back, you know. But there's always a reason for me to do that. Well, like
Sue and I were talking. Yes. And what Sue brought to my attention was, if I have a live load or live unload planned, all right, say the load that I'm on right now, it's a drop and hook on both ends, and then my next load is a live unload or whatever, all right. Well, yeah, I can hurry up and run as hard as I can to get to that next load, but then take my time for the next unload, live unload, you know, because I'm not in a hurry anymore, you know, because I have an appointment time. And it does make sense when you have an appointment time and you know you've got plenty of hours to get there, why rush? Conserve your fuel. You know, I mean, if you have nothing else to do but conserve fuel, I mean, you're going to be ahead of the game.
Right.
Because the quicker you get there, like you said earlier, Charlie, you had to take a 34-hour reset while you were waiting to be unloaded one time.
And I used to do that. That was like all the time. Like I would do that a lot. Drive 70 across the country, get there. And I'm telling you, it was more often than not that I'd be like, oh, well, look, I'm going to get a 34 reset in before I even get it. And for some reason, my brain thought that was great.
Well, it was great when fuel was $2.10 a gallon.
Well, yeah, but you know what? I'd end up hauling ass back across after that reset, thinking, oh, I got a fresh 70, and have to do it all again. And I just ran coast to coast and got another 34 in. It wasn't getting me any more
for a long time.
Yeah, you know, it wasn't getting me any more freight, and that was the problem. Well, hey, Rick, I thank you for calling in, man. If you got something else you want to throw out, get it out there. Otherwise, I'm going to kick you the hell out of here.
Be nice.
That sounded cool.
All right. Well, it was good talking to y'all.
Hey, man, I appreciate you, Rick. Thanks, buddy, for calling in, and I look forward to the next update. I really do.
All right. Y'all take care.
All right, buddy. Take care.
All right. Bye-bye.
Let's do that.
Okay, so we've got...
Yes, we do. Here he comes. The one.
The man, the myth, the legend.
Yes, Matt Wright on the phone. Oh, my God. It's Matt Wright.
What's that?
Look at that. Look, I even have a graphic for that. Look at that shit stuff.
You have a Matt Wright graphic?
Really?
I have a caption for Matt Wright. It says, Matt Wright. Oh, my God. It's Matt on the phone.
Hey, guys, before you get rid of that, I have to go look now. I don't have to see this.
No, you get on with your conversation, sir. We're not here to hold on for you. We got other people on hold as well.
We've got sponsors.
Get on with your business.
We got sponsors that don't pay us.
Right?
Okay, makes sense. So I was calling to talk about my so far Target experience.
Okay, let's have it. What do you got?
So my conclusion is, if you can manage your clock properly, you can do this account no problem as a solo. This first week was a little rough, just because I was learning how to do my clock for this account.
Right.
And
but now,
you can easily lumber.
But now you got your clock sorted out.
Yep. And now since I have that sorted out, it's easy. 2,800, 3,000 miles every week. You could easily do on this account.
Let's not get deep into how you sorted your clock out.
That's fantastic.
Fair enough.
Yep, fair enough.
Simply because I don't want to tell people how to run their clocks. They should run their clocks the way they think they should run their clocks to be legal, safe, and all that wonderful stuff. You like that?
Exactly.
You like? No. Come on, was that a good response, Jeff?
That was an excellent response.
Oh man, I gotta whoop. I'm gonna give myself a little pat on the neck, and I crippled myself. Oh, I'm better.
I was gonna say, don't hurt yourself.
Right?
Don't do that. That's bad.
Oh my God.
Well, I was talking to. Go ahead.
Go ahead. No, you go ahead. You first.
Well, I was talking to Alan earlier before you guys all decided to do this show thing, and I was still driving.
Right.
And he's still trying to sort out the target thing. I guess. I guess he's trying. I think he might not be used to doing I think he had 4 stores in a backhaul or something like that on this last one. And so he's trying to figure out why his student took his entire clock to do the 4 stores. And I'm like, well, how long did you store?
Right.
But I found the longest I've sat at a store is an hour, and that's because I went on lunch break when I got there.
Right.
But normally, if they're using the electric pallets, everything's out in 15 minutes. If they're using the hand pallets, 20 minutes, maybe 30 minutes, everything's out of the trailer. They're not that bad. They're not that bad of an unload. The store wants you right in the door. Hell, I've been knocking on the door saying, "Hey, which dock you want me in?" And I'm being told, "Don't do that. Just put it in the dock and tell us which one you're in."
Right.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, so it's a funny thing. like with Rosie and I, Rosie drives up at night and she gets us to our first stop, right? And then I take over from there. So I start handling all the store deliveries. I start my clock with the first store. It takes me from 6 to noon sometimes to get all the deliveries done. And then I drive back. And most days I drive back to the DC with time on my clock. The longer runs Huntsville or something like that, we'll swap somewhere down around Tallahassee, or really, we've gotten within half hour of the DC and just don't have the minutes. You know what I mean? And we'll swap there. It's not a big deal. Yeah. So as a team, it's a different, and I understand it's a different beast all together with a team. But, Alan is in a team situation right now. So for him, it really should be the same thing. So, one guy drives up, one guy drives down, and it just works out better that way. If depending on how they're splitting their time, it could be completely different experience, because I've tried a lot of different ways of doing it. And, we're switching midday and we're switching midnight, and it's just weird. And for us, it just worked out to be, it was easier for us and more regular for us to just, she drives up, I do stores and drive back. Yeah.
Like running team, I don't see why you couldn't easily average 5,000-6,000 miles on this account.
And because we want to take time off. We want a 34 at the very minimum every week, right? Mm-hmm. It works out because one of us inevitably will run out of our 70. The person doing the store deliveries and the drive back typically works more hours on the log than the other one. And so, maybe that's actually a good experience for the student to be on that end of it, because now they're getting customer experience, they're getting all the backing experience, and they're getting most of the drive time as well. And on that account, it's phenomenal because, they're driving Atlanta traffic, they're driving city streets, they're driving tight driveways. And they really have to get onto their A game to successfully navigate that account.
Yeah, if it wasn't for Atlanta, this is the only load so far I wouldn't be able to turn.
Right.
And that's only because of Atlanta traffic.
Yeah, it gets that way.
I'm an hour and a half away from the distribution center right now.
Right. Rosie, one of Rosie's favorite loves, right there at exit 102.
There you go.
Yeah. Yep. That's the one I'm at. And that's an hour and a half. I believe it's an hour and a half from the distribution center, maybe an hour 45.
Yeah, it's right around there, something like that.
I could have drove for another 45 minutes, but I was tired. I'm like, you know what? I'm tired now. I'm just going to pull over.
Right. And that's the way it should be.
So,
you know?
It's definitely an easy thing to come make money on this account. And the price of fuel, too, whether you're using the S Advantage card or you're using the Com Data card, fuel's significantly cheaper down here compared to the Northeast.
There's pretty much a QT available on most routes, as long as you're not running the Florida only routes or the or the North Florida South Alabama routes. Anything that goes north at all will run you past one of the QTs, and in this region, the QTs are the better price if you're utilizing the Con Data card.
But even if you're using if you're using the Com Data card when you go up north and hit the QTs and stuff like that, but if you head south and you head west, or you head east and you hit the lugs or the TH or something like that,
right?
There was one day where it was $3.99 a gallon on the ES Advantage card.
Right.
Like that's a huge discount. It was like $1.48 a gallon discount.
Yeah, no doubt. Well, hey Matt, because we're talking about saving on fuel, I'm going to thank you for calling. I'm going to cut you short because I don't know. I want to get to this other call because he's been waiting a while. So I'm going to get to him. Thanks for calling, brother. And if you got something else, hit us back up again, and we'll put you back in the rotation. I just want to keep this flowing because, like I said, we have no chat today. None of us, not all three of us, are chatless in the group.
No.
None of us can see chat, so the only way we get questions is on the phone.
Just give me a call when you're done. Because I talked to Juice, and I have some news about my truck.
Okay, cool. I will.
All right.
All right, buddy. Thanks a lot, man.
Yeah, no problem.
All right, I'm going to put him back down there so he can hear it. And then I'm going to bring Don in. And Don is on the phone, wants to talk about saving fuel. Don, are you there, buddy?
Let's hope so.
I'm here. Hey, Charley, how you doing?
All right, man. Thanks for being there. Thanks for calling. Sorry for the hassles today. It's one of those weird days.
No, don't worry about it. My Monday and Tuesdays last 3 weeks have been bad days. And this included today, too.
Gotcha.
And yesterday. But, I'm a rookie owner-operator.
All right.
I've been with Swift almost 3 years. I've been a company driver for almost 3 years, pretty much driving Freightliners. And I've been asking questions online on the Contractors Corner on Facebook about what to do with fuel, best different thing over the last few months.
Right.
And, I've got I know Jeff asked me who told me, but my first few months I was just putting in what I would guess the load would be. So I wasn't really filling up. I just put in maybe 65 or 100 gallons or whatever I thought the load would be.
Right.
And it just was costing me a lot more during the week every time I had my cell phone. And I couldn't figure out why that's not working.
Right.
So I've been filling up the last few weeks, and about a month ago, I was still having struggles with fuel. And I talked to Sue, and I slowed down. I was doing 63, 55, between 55 and 63. That was saving me money. But at times, it was kind of pushing me to get to places.
Okay.
I talked to Sue about 2 weeks ago, and she said, Don, think about your truck. And you've been driving Freightliners. Detroit engines are different than Cummins. Look at the RPMs. And I knew she had said that in one of the videos. Remember when she just kind of blurted out, go by RPMs?
Right.
So I said, well, how do I figure out the truck? She said, it's all Cummins. Well, after about several days of looking for the secret number on the valve cover, so I could give it to him, a serial number of the engine, I finally finally got a hold of Cummins, gave him the right number, and spent about an hour on the phone with them while I was off last week.
Okay.
And they went over everything. It wasn't last week, about 3 weeks ago. I called them up when I was off, asked more questions about the truck. But anyway, during those last 3 weeks, I've saved over $850 in fuel costs. And been running about 65, between 63 and 65, and getting better time, getting to the customer better on time and things like that. Because they told me where the power band should be to get optimum fuel mileage out of this X15 series and out of this truck. I also learned, you just said it a few minutes ago, you got a company spec truck. The truck I have is a 22 KW.
Okay.
And I love the truck.
And you got fancy leather seats.
Runs great.
Mm-hmm.
Yes, I do. Yeah, my dog loves it. I got him covered up, but my dog loves the seat. I love it because the hair's not sticking to it.
Right.
Like in the Freightliner. It looked like I had a fur seat on Freightliner. But no, I'm loving the truck. I'd never had a Freightliner, so I was learning the truck.
Right.
Since I called, they also mentioned how you set your tandems on your trailer with the weights. You know, it is important to keep the rear end healthy and keeping everything healthy. So I've been paying more attention to that. Make sure you got a little, the weights aren't way off. In other words, no more than 3,000 pounds difference between the trailer tandems and the drive tandems. If you can take time doing that, you'll get better fuel mileage, but you'll save your rear end.
So
let
me ask you a question.
It must be nice to not have to deal with California.
Right.
I'm just saying.
Yeah.
I've been to California once, Jeff. That was it.
There you
go.
During
training in a company truck.
Yeah, it's not. you tend not to get such leeway when you have to set your tandems at 40 foot or less. It's harder. You don't get to stretch things out and even it out sometimes, and it can be challenging on a good day.
Yep.
But
as much as possible. I mean, as much as possible, they said. I mean, if you can do it, and like the guy said, there's going to be times when the load's just not going to work. And I've had a couple of those.
Yeah.
But what it did for me is help understand driving the truck because, I drove cars for years. And I was on the road with Xerox for 24 years. I always buying used cars, but every car was different.
Right.
And when Sue talked to me about RPM, talked to me about, different things about the truck, and to learn the truck, that made sense. And I started doing that. And I'm at Greer right now, just putting in a Greer terminal.
Okay.
Because all this severe weather is coming out of North Carolina right now. And besides, the fuel here is $4.6 a gallon. So I couldn't find it any cheaper even on fuel bill.
Right.
So I'm on my way to Jonestown on a Tico.
So let me ask you a question, Don, about your conversation with Cummins and those guys. So they told you the power band is between a certain range of your RPMs, right?
Right.
So did they talk to you about shifting that truck into manual and dropping a gear so that you would be in a more economical state while driving at a lower speed?
Well, it's an automatic. It shifts itself.
No, but you can put that truck into a manual shift mode and do all the gear selecting yourself so that you can drop that. Let's say, what's your transmission? Is it a 12-speed?
Yeah, it's 12-speed.
So what's the power band on in 12th gear? What did they tell you to keep the RPMs between?
The power band basically runs between 1,100 to about 1,300 RPM.
Okay, and so if you drive slower than 63 or so, it brings you out of that 1,100, right?
Yeah, it drops me about 1025.
Okay, now let's say you put that truck in the manual shift and you drop it into 11th gear. and you slow down to 57, where would that put you in the power band?
It goes higher. Sometimes it goes higher.
But
It depends what it's, but it'll run about 12 to 1400 at in 11th gear. It sounds like it just keeps like the engine's working hard at that in 11th.
But what I'm
It'll
saying
drop
is,
itself.
what I'm saying is slowing your speed down to put yourself in that power band that they said was optimal for that truck. Whatever that speed is to get it into that optimal range.
So basically,
Usually
this is actually a throwback to before the auto shift transmissions became standard. A guy with a 13-speed overdrive transmission could drop a gear, and this is what Charlie's talking about. Drop a gear and drive it in. What would it be, Charlie? Help me out. Drop it at
Direct.
from 13th into 12th, which is a direct drive gear ratio, and drive it at 55 all day long and get like 9 miles to the gallon.
But at 13th in, he was getting 7.5.
Right. So
driving faster.
So what we're wondering is on these automatic transmissions, if we can use the same principle, slow down to 55 and run it in 11th. What's our RPMs at?
Now this truck here, when I drop to 55, it automatically drops to 11. It drops down. It'll hold 11. It'll hold 11 the whole time. It's at 55.
Okay, so
it'll fog. It takes a little bit. I might have to drop it to manual when I'm going uphill to drop it to get it to 12 or to 10 to let it fall.
We got chat back somehow. Sorry, Don. We all got distracted. Our chat just started working again.
Yeah, it's weird.
Okay.
It was crazy. But yeah. So what? I'm sorry. What was your RPM range? Like if you're doing 55 and it drops to 11th, what is your RPM range then? What's your RPM set at then?
If I'm running 60, it's running about 1025 at the low end of the band.
And that's in 12th gear.
If it drops to that's the 12th gear. When it drops to 55 or I hit a 55 zone or something like that, it'll go up to about 1175 if it's level. It'll be between 1125 and 1175. If it's got any slight incline, then the truck will start. Like if you it's wrong gear in the truck and you drop it to 12th gear and you start going up again and the truck starts vibrating one to go back to one to go down to 11th or something when you're in a manual. That's what this one does, but it automatically won't drop it. It'll stay in 11th gear trying to pull the hill or something.
Okay, so
I have to drop it up the hill.
I think you're missing something I'm asking. You said your power band is between 1100 and 1400. Was that right? In 12th gear.
1400, yeah.
So, or power band is between 11 and 1400. It doesn't matter what gear you're in. That's where the power band works. So at 55, if you're in 12th gear, what RPM is it in? Or is it when you drop to 55, it's dropping to 11th?
When I drop to 55, it drops because it goes up to 1175. When it runs at 12, it's running below that.
Okay, so 55 is dropping.
Right at 1100.
But at 55, it's dropping to 11th gear.
Are going up.
But at 55 is
drops
dropping.
11th gear, the RPM.
And you're at 1175.
Yeah.
So that's within that power band.
Well, right. It's within the power band. The truck's been averaging about, with a heavy load, I had a 44,900 pound load and drove it 700 miles and it went 7.9 pounds per gallon. And that was, I'm trying to remember where I was at. I'll say I picked it up in Missouri and went over to Pennsylvania through the mountains and stuff. It averaged about 7.9 miles per gallon. When I have lighter loads, it'll average about 8.5 to 9 miles per gallon.
So,
and that's not the That's not the gauge on the dashboard. That's my calculations. I'm still trying to get gauges to work.
I would challenge you to try 55 for an extended period and see what that does to your fuel mileage, because the basic laws of physics state for you to go faster, you need to put more energy in. By putting more energy in, you're putting more fuel to it. By putting more fuel to it, that's how you get that higher speed, and that's what makes everything work, right? You can overcome that to a degree with mechanical advantage, which is what the transmission is performing in its various gears and different statuses, overdrive, direct drive, things like that. I would hypothesize that at 55, your truck running in 11th gear at 1175, you will get better fuel mileage than what you're doing at 65 at nearly the same RPM in 12th gear.
Right.
Well, Charlie, I will try it. Because I'm still experimenting. I haven't gotten this truck down bad yet.
No, and that's what we're about, man.
Yeah, just for the record, just for the record, we haven't gotten anybody actually do this yet. So if you're willing to do it, I would love to see the data.
I'm currently working on it. I am working it. Like, I've been running 60 pretty regular right now in the truck. I've dipped down as low as 58 comfortably in 12th gear. And watch this. Wait. I've got something that I can actually show people. You won't see this right now, Don, but you can come back and take a look at it. I'm going to share my screen here. And this is my current fuel up situation. Granted, brand new truck. It is brand new truck, so not broke in. You can see the miles that are on the truck. I'm going to expand this. I'm going to get rid of this graphic so it's not hiding stuff. So I apologize. But you'll see my very first fuel up down there at the bottom on July 7th. There's no numbers there because that was the very first fuel up. I can tell you it was 162.5 gallons is what it, because they send you these things, as far on E as they can get them. And it had 28 miles on it. The next fuel up, I had 500. Oh, no, I had about 600 miles of bobtail on that. And my dash read 9.9 miles per gallon, and the actual true miles was 9.8. The very next fuel up was when we started working. Well, part of this first one, we had a little bit of work on that one, on that 1,200 miles. We had about 600 miles of working time. The next one was actually working. It's 1,000 miles tracked on that one, 123 gallons. And the fuel miles was 8.69. That was doing 60 miles an hour. The next one on the 17th was 1,153 miles, 133 gallons at 8.67 miles per gallon. And this last one we just did, we had 255 miles of bobtail from Lake City down to Fort Myers to pick up a stranded load. And that one came in at 9.39 miles per gallon as we filled up on the way back up, and that was for 1,000 miles. And that was doing part of that 867. I can actually tell you I was running 70 miles an hour, but it was only about 300 miles of that. The fuel up before that was pretty strict at 60 miles an hour, and this last one at 9.39 was almost completely at 58 miles an hour. So it's a little erratic still because I've got so many different things going on that I'm changing, and we've had these weird bobtail moments and that sort of thing. But I think that these 8.67, 8.69, that 8.6 to 7 range right now with this truck is going to be the norm, right around 60 miles an hour doing what I'm doing. And I think it is my opinion, my belief that I should be able to get that much closer to a solid 9 if I can get down to 55 and figure out exactly where I should be and what gear and that sort of thing. So, I mean, again, it just takes the time to do the testing, and you can't do one tank, right? You need to get 30 days. You need to, ideally at least 30 days doing similar stuff to get yourself good data to be able to make a good decision off of. So I would challenge you to see where you can get that truck down into 11th gear in the right power band range at a lower speed and track that for, at least a couple of weeks. Okay. At least 2 weeks. I'm going to put you on the spot. At least 2 weeks. And then come back with numbers on that and see how that comes up. Because, just trying to get it one tank to the next and, I tried 55 on this tank and it sucked. And then I went to 65 on the next tank and it was great, isn't actually giving you good data because there's a lot of different variables that could have got in there. The longer the data set, the better the numbers will be. Sorry, that was a lot of us talking.
All right.
I apologize.
No, you're fine. That's great education there, because I'm trying to learn. I know nothing about diesel engines,
Right.
but I do know when I drove the Freightliners that when I was a company driver, we had that bonus program, and I would hit the fuel bonus on it.
Right.
Not every month because of the island and different loads and things like that.
Right.
But with the Freightliner, it was always averaging above average. So it wasn't uncommon to hit 9 miles per gallon on lighter loads, or average about 8.9 miles per gallon throughout the month. So I had data on that because you got it each month on what your truck was doing. This year, I don't. The only data I got is what I keep track of on my computer, and I got a fuel spreadsheet I made. Okay. And I kind of put my data in there when I fill up.
I was going to ask how you were tracking your fuel mileage. So
I break it down old school way. I mean, I did it for years with Xerox, tracked my car mileage and everything else. It's no different with the truck.
Well, it's basically the same thing. You track the odometer reading from fuel up to fuel up, and you get the accurate. You're not worried about individual trip. You want to track tank to tank with the odometer.
Right. And I've been putting down what loads I have, what weights they are, things like that.
Right. And that's great data.
That spreadsheet. Yeah. It keeps me a good idea. It's given me over the last month a good idea about how the truck handles. Like now I've got 39,000 pounds on the truck. Right. So the thing I'm happy about is I'm finally hitting a curve where I'm saving money.
Right.
Before I was all over, it's been consistent saving money for the last 3.5 weeks, going on 4 weeks now. Now, last week was a little different. I was off. I got home Wednesday afternoon. I was off Thursday, Friday, Saturday, came back Sunday.
Right.
So, and I delivered a load Sunday, and I got this load today. So it's kind of a split there on what's going on. But I know that last fill up went a long ways. I haven't added it all up yet. So I write the data down in a little notebook, and I transfer it onto my computer, and it spits out the numbers for me.
Right.
So that's just what I did for years. I mean, Xerox, we didn't have all that fancy stuff and gauges. I've tried to set that up, but it's like, what's it mean here? What's it do there? And I can't see the numbers. So I haven't figured that app out yet.
Well, we got a little walkthrough video on how to set that up initially, which may or may not help you out.
I've been trying to find that and find fuel video, and I haven't found either one yet. So I've been looking for them for months at times. I mean, not every night, but when I think about it, I'll try finding those videos. But I came across a fuel video, but then there was another video I watched. I haven't found the fuel video since.
So, okay. So if you actually go to our channel and, Swift Contractors Corner on YouTube, and look at the actual tab. I got to pull this up so I say the right thing, because I will screw this up completely. So I'm going to change my little screen here. There will be a section towards the top, a couple little menu items, and it'll show live videos, or I believe it just says videos, and I can't see it on here. Exactly. And Jeff's typing me messages in the background. This is great. He distracted me, this guy. But so there are a couple little tabs across the top of the channel itself. Look for the the videos we recommend new contractors watch, because both the videos you're looking for are in that playlist. So look for playlists and videos new contractors should watch. I believe it's worded something along those lines. And both the videos you're looking for are in there.
Okay.
Otherwise, hit me up on Facebook in the group. Throw me a message, and I will send you direct links to both those videos, and maybe they can give you a little guidance that way too.
All right. And I'm doing this business just like I did when I went to sales at Xerox. I look at the little things, and over the years, I ended up making, before I got booted, because Xerox changed management and everything else, I was making over $350,000 a year selling office equipment, and that's just not a normal thing.
Right.
So
yeah, you take care of the little things. The big things fall in line.
Yeah. And so this is all brand new to me, and what I've been working on is the weak areas. The weak areas been buying fuel. So now I'm starting to make a curve. Now I can refine that even more with your information. I appreciate you guys so much, you and Jeff, so much on watch reviews. I try to be here. I even got an alarm set on my phone.
Nice. I dig it.
Every Tuesday. Get on, 6 o'clock. I was watching you. I was driving through the traffic. I wasn't watching you. I was listening to you.
Right. Careful how you word that, Don. Careful how you word that.
Yeah, because I got that darn camera in this truck. I'm going to have it removed.
Outstanding. Get rid of that.
That'll be the best $100 you spend this year, man. I guarantee it.
Absolutely.
Yeah, well, when I got the truck, they said, "Oh, it's for legal reasons. We don't track your safety points and everything else." I got a call from my driver leader saying you're following too close. That's what the guy cut me off.
Right.
Well, you didn't. Now it's you're following too close. I said, "Well, slow it down. There's a separation going on." He said, "No, you got to tap the brake." Tap the brake on the interstate? I'm like, no.
Don, the next terminal you pull in, go to the shop and ask them, "Can you take out my camera now, please? Thank you."
Yep. Yeah, I'm going to wait till I get that B service, and it's going to be in there for a day. It's coming out.
Good job.
I told Mike that. I said, "Mike, that camera's coming out." I mean,
absolutely.
I'll put up with it until I can get to that B service, because then I just don't want to pull in for a day and have them tear the camera out, because it took them a while to put it in. So
right.
If they're going to be working on a truck anyway, just have it done that day. I'm paying for it anyway, so I might as well pay for it then. So.
Well, cool deal, Don.
I appreciate all you guys have done, and all your wisdom, all the things you taught me. I mean, everything's working. I listen to you guys, and I take what you say to heart, and I try to practice it during the week.
Well, we appreciate you and the kind words. We truly do, and we're glad that it's helping you make more money and save more money, because that's really what we're all about. And while I'm talking about something like that, I'm going to throw this little graphic up on the screen that says, "Hey, if you like what we're doing, make sure you guys hit the thumbs up on the video itself. If you're not subscribed, please subscribe and hit the little notification bell so that you know when we put out new videos, so you guys can hear this stuff that Don's trying to find, like that." How to set up gauges video, how to set up, or how to purchase fuel. The fuel surcharge explain thing seems to be a big video for us. Things like that. So that when we make those, you don't miss them when they happen. After we make them, of course, then you may have to go back to your notifications or just do a little search on the channel. There's actually a search bar in the channel itself where you're not searching all of YouTube, but just our videos, and you could type in some keywords there, like how to buy fuel, and I think it'll pop up with that video. So there you go.
Nice.
Okay.
So yeah.
Charlie, thanks. Nice talking to you guys.
All right, Don, we appreciate you, buddy. You be careful and stay safe out there.
I know more people are waiting, or they're on chat now. I don't know.
Yeah, I don't know. We got no calls in the queue, but thanks, buddy.
All right.
So, dude, I just looked at my phone.
Right.
I'm just so you guys know, I'm in Calexico, California right now.
Right.
It is officially 112 degrees outside.
Good Lord.
Yeah.
So, by the way, guys, we temporarily got chat back, and then it went away.
It did.
It's like, here, you have chat, and then it's like, no, you don't anymore. So if you have any questions, we apologize. If you haven't seen us post anything on the screen, that's when it stopped. In fact, this is the last thing I can see on my chat. That was it right there. And it was a funny one to end on because, Charley gets a new truck and speeds up. Yes, that is exactly what happened because I want to learn this truck and see what it's doing at the different speeds. Just like Jeff went up to 65, I jumped up to 60, and now he's back to 60, and I will be back to 55 and doing my tests further. So there you go. That's the last thing I can see on chat. So if you guys have any questions, do us a favor. Give us a quick call. If you don't want to be on the air, that's cool. We don't mind that. And give Rosie your question, and we'll make her do some work. And it's funny to watch her type stuff in the thing because sometimes it comes out blah, 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 and we're like, that's fun. And it'll be interesting to see what happens. But Jeff, I'm glad you made it, man. I was pretty sure you weren't going to be there at all, man.
Well, just I was telling Charley earlier that I had actually scheduled my time in such a way that I would be here at this. If you guys have ever been down here, there's this little bitty truck stop that you can usually find parking at just down the street from the Swift drop yard here. And I had planned on being shut down a half hour before the show so we could make sure that all my stuff worked, which I wish we had been able to do that.
Right.
But construction, man, it's construction season.
It is.
Guys, those of you guys that are from Arizona know what's going on the 17 right now. It's like for a while there, it's like every 8 miles or so, right lane closed.
Whatever creature it is that produces those orange eggs on the road, they are prolific right now. Like for real.
They are.
Oh my gosh. You used to call them Schneider eggs, but I'm not sure that's true because I don't see enough of those guys to produce all those eggs. I'm just saying. Something's out there doing something. But yeah, so give us a call if you want to ask a question because otherwise we don't see your questions. So you can dial 813-548-3722, 813-LIVE-SEC for you number challenge folks. What? I didn't do that. I didn't point at Rosie at all. That would be wrong. I would not have done that. And I did it right when she was. Wait, she might have seen it. I don't know if she saw it or not. I can't tell what.
I saw it.
Oh gosh, I'm gonna have to pay for that later. So it was a funny thing. Right before the show, Rosie went to Walmart today, and she was going to go shopping for dinner. And do you know she actually waited in line so long that she called
45 minutes.
Yeah, and
45
never got
minutes.
near a register. And finally bailed on her basket. She just left her basket there and walked away. Can you believe that? Who does that? That girl right there.
Rosie, did you go like this?
Mm-hmm.
Throw your hands up.
Yeah.
How'd you do it? That's right. Just walk away. Had to make that big. And then she ran into it was funny because I was on the phone with her when this was all going down. And she ran into the nicest lady as she's leaving the store. The lady that checks your receipt and says bye and all that stuff. This lady was so damn nice. She's like, yeah, they're doing some construction, replacing the registers. And I don't know why they did it all at one time, but that's just what it is. And so we've only got like 3 registers open. And Rose was like, I'm sorry, I had to leave my batch. She said, don't worry, honey, you and 20 other people. It's fine.
Mm-hmm. It'll all be over in 2 days.
But it was great. I had to share that story. I apologize. But yeah, hey, if you got questions, throw them up there. If not, then I don't know what you guys want us to do. I'm just saying this show's run by you this week completely because we didn't come in here with anything planned. We talked about the tire stuff and hitting up MD alignment because we love them people. And I explained why we like them and the services they perform. We talked about batteries. You guys really, if you haven't, it's not something you've done. You had your truck a while. Seriously, take a day, take those batteries, disconnect them. Make sure you know what you're doing here. I'm just saying, don't go zapping yourself doing weird stuff. Take some time to do a little learning, get those batteries cleaned up, the terminal ends real clean. Make sure there's no corrosion on anything. And get your batteries and your alternator tested if you're one of those people that's really having some serious problems because a lot of times they'll just test the batteries without testing the alternator, which seems odd to me. And most testers test both at the same time, and they just never bother to look at the alternator side, which baffles the hell out of me. And it turns out you get brand new batteries, but you know what? It was the alternator the whole time. So I don't know, man. It is what it is, There will be links to the places that we are talking about all the time, like MD Alignment and Pittsburgh Power and and all that sort of stuff, the ES Advantage card and how to go about getting that. So from here on out, it is my intention to have all those links in every single show in the notes. So if you go back and look at the video and look at the description, you click on the little button on the drop down description. You hear me stutter right there? That was great. That was like a good one, huh? That was like anyhow. And so that stuff will be there in every video because, you know, I'm actually trying to do this better. You know, look like we do in the trucking business, trying to do better every week. So I'm trying to do better with that stuff so that it's always available and you guys don't have to go search for it. You can just pull up any video, any video from here out and get that information. Hey, you know what? Something else I haven't talked about, and I probably should because this is something I said that we were going to start talking about a little more frequently. And so I apologize, but I got to get this out there. If any of you folks coming into Swift Transportation find what Jeff and I do helpful, do us a favor. We're not begging for it. We're just saying that if you don't have someone else to put down as a referral, think about putting this down because that referral bonus is going to help us pay for these bigger, better things that we're working on in the background that actually do cost us money out of pocket that we're not making any other way. It simply comes out of our pocket and it gets a little painful at times, not going to lie. I did get our very first referral bonus this past settlement, and I got a little happy because it paid for something big that we recently paid for that we're working on for you guys and all of us so we can do bigger, better things. So that's Jeff's driver code right there, MORTO1, and mine is MAHCH1. Drop either one of those in there. It doesn't matter which one you drop in. We're cool with it either way because we're both just kind of throwing that money into a pot together to cover all this stuff. That's what we're going to do with that referral stuff is help us build Contractors Corner into something bigger, better, badder, leaner, and more better. I screwed that up. Bitter, better, badder, butter, something. I don't even know what I'm saying anymore. I hate this part of it. I hate doing this part, but, you know, it is something that we need to start doing because there is a lot of cool stuff that we're working on, guys. And hopefully you guys will enjoy what we're doing. So, yeah. But if, like I said, if you got questions, call Rosie right now. Rosie needs a phone call. Someone call Rosie right this minute. Don't forget to hit those thumbs up for us.
Something that I was just working on while you were jabbering.
Yes, sir.
So being in California, I need to do my fuel purchase, my fuel shopping, right? Because California, Oregon is kind of wonky.
Oh, my gosh.
So I've been noticing something over the past couple of days, maybe into a week now. The terminal fuel prices are dropping like a rock.
Mm-hmm.
So you guys need to be doing yourselves a favor, and if you're going by a terminal, make sure you're checking that price. In California, ESA is still beating the terminals, but only by about 8 cents. So they're I don't know, they must know something we don't know, whatever. I don't know.
They're magic.
But a lot of the fuel, like my Albuquerque was beating ESA when I was there over the weekend. So, you know, make sure you're checking all your options. You know, we push the card a little bit in case you guys haven't noticed, but you need to be doing your due diligence. Maybe you can find that mom and pop that takes comm data that's cheaper than ESA.
Right.
Maybe a terminal's cheaper than ESA. Maybe ESA beats the heck out of everybody. You don't know unless you look.
You know, Jeff, something I want to throw out there because some folks honestly don't know, and I always forget that they don't know. You know, they depend on the little macro that we get sometimes on a daily basis to get the terminal fuel price. But if you go into your portal, click on My Info, click on Fuel, click on Terminal Fuel Prices, right there, that magic little button, and tell it to show you all of them. It'll show you the current fuel prices for.
Yeah, make sure you look at the date because on the top that's for tomorrow's prices.
Right there, you go.
So if you're filling up to date, these aren't the prices you're going to pay. Right,
that's what's going to happen after midnight, yo. So be prepared.
And we are. I don't know if Charlie talked about it very much, but it's looking like we've got a little bit of relief in the fuel pricing.
Right.
On the retail side. So the prices are going down for now.
Right.
Some things are happening around the world that might put a kibosh on that.
We'll
if you guys are paying attention, it's one of those things. If you know, if you're paying attention to the global oil market and what's going on.
If you don't know, you probably don't want to know.
Yeah, being a news junkie is depressing. That's
Some
one of
days.
the reasons we don't bring it into the group that much, unless it's something really important like diesel prices.
Right.
Or electric trucks. We like to talk about electric trucks
Pro
because
AB5. Electric trucks are my favorite.
Because people don't think it's coming, and Charlie and I think it is. We don't. Just full disclosure, we don't necessarily like what's going on with that, but we are looking at it because if that's the way things go, it's that question that I ask you guys all the time: when things change, do you want to stay in business? That's what it boils down to. So, we look at different stuff, not hoping that we'll never have to pull the trigger on some of this stuff.
But Jeff and I want to be the first electric truck owners in the contractor fleet.
Yeah.
If it's going that way, we're going to try and get one.
Yep.
We figure, why not? Let's get out there and test it out and see what we can do with it. I mean, come on. Might as well get ahead of the curve.
Well, we know that the pilots are going to have charging stations because they went all in on CNG and all that stuff back in the day when they thought that's where we were going. I actually just saw an article. If you guys are interested, I don't know. We don't have chat, so nobody could tell me to shut up. So here I go.
There you go. I like it.
That pilot Flying J is in the negotiating phase of putting those charging stations in at their truck stops. So once again, pilot Flying J seems to be they're like the guys, right? It seems like, hey, something new, we'll do that, and then it fails, and they end up selling more stations to Loves.
Right.
To make up for it. But cool. Hey, at least they're willing to put themselves out there, and maybe
if it takes off, they're the ones in the lead.
Yeah. So that's just
kind of the way of business, isn't it? I mean, those who are willing to invest in a reasonably good idea typically come out on top. I mean, there's maybe they make 10 of those decisions and only 2 of them pay off, but in the long term, those 2 far outweigh the 8 they missed.
Yep.
So I don't know what the exact numbers are. I just know that it's very skewed one side, and it seems horrible until you realize the profit they made from the winners.
Mm-hmm.
So that's what we're looking at. I mean, heck, I'm even willing to look at on autonomous trucks. I mean, heck, I mean, why not?
Mm-hmm.
That's funny. That was me. My bad. I was trying. Look, her and I just fought over the button. I saw that she was getting a call, so I tried to minimize her, and then she minimized herself and maximized herself. It was great. Sorry, you guys don't care about that stuff. It's just us. We got someone calling on the phone right now. That's why she had to go away.
That's weird.
Yeah, it's great.
It's weird.
It's like 5 calls a day. 4 calls? 5 calls?
So here's what we need to do, Charlie, is we need to just shut the chat down and say, hey, you want to talk to us, you get on that phone.
Right? We need to break chat. And like I said, if you don't want to be on air, that's cool too. Just call in and give Rosie your question, and she can pass it on to us if that's how you want to do it. Some people are a little weird about being on the air and all that kind of stuff, and that's fine. Whatever, you shy.
And remember, Rosie can't cut you over the phone, so
that's right.
That's not a thing.
That's right, but she can hunt you down. I mean, if you're mean to her, she may even employ the services of her former investigator husband. That has some skills and some neat stuff. But, I mean, never mind. Be nice to Rosie. You can pick on her. Don't be mean. Sorry, I can't help myself. Oh, I can't wait to see who it is and what they want to talk about. And it's like Christmas morning, just waiting to see what it is, and it's going to be Matt again. Watch.
Maybe it's Alan. We get Matt and Alan in one show. Wouldn't that be something?
Oh, that would be. Alan, where are you, man? We can't see chat, so if you're typing, I can't see you. Don't answer me there. Maybe you want to call in and yell at me and tell me what a terrible person I am about even suggesting you come try Target. Alan has not had great luck with Target because he operates differently than some other people do, and it's not his bag. But he's giving it another shot. He left and swore he'd never come back, and right now he's trying it out. I don't know how long he's going to last, but he's trying to give it another shot to see how it goes. So that's pretty cool. I appreciate the effort, trying things, and trying things a couple times to see, well, maybe it's different. Hey.
Yeah, it sounds like he might be trying to send his other truck over to Corinne.
Yeah, that's what I heard. So I guess he tried to send them up to Wilton, and they were backed up and wouldn't take any surge right now or something. I don't know. I don't know. He didn't have a great experience at Moberly with his driver. There were some, words that were said.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh. I'm straight to this. I am taking this right now. Is she still talking to her? Rosie's still talking to her.
Who is it?
Watch this. I could steal her from her. It's Sue. Sue is on the phone. I could steal her from Rosie. I bet I'd get yelled at. What if I steal her and she's saying something like really crazy and she like finishes the sentence and we take it totally out of context and we're like, oh,
wait, so you killed a driver? What?
Right? Right? That could be comical. I don't know. I don't know what to do, man. She's still talking out there. She may not even want to be on the air. I don't even know because she's still screening the call. This is like suspense, drama. No, it's not really. It's just you and I, Jeff, isn't it?
No, I'm watching Rosie and she goes serious and then she starts laughing, then she goes serious. Right? I don't know what to make of it.
Oh, wait. This could be fun. Watch this. Watch. I'm going to mute her microphone, right? I'm going to put her here because she's not looking at our screen. Oh, wait. We're watching her. Uh-oh. Sue hung up. Oh, man.
Sue hung up?
Sue hung up. She didn't want to talk to us. Let me bring Rosie back in. What did Sue say? We were excited to talk to her. I saw her name.
No, the caller was just that was CW, and he was just saying that if we had an extra tablet or something, we could set it up and we could see what's going on. Like if we went onto YouTube and stuff and watch the show.
That's smart talk, but I can't do that here. Yeah.
But she says hi. So hi, Sue. Hi.
Sue said hi?
Yeah. She's in there.
Okay. Hi, Sue. Do you see it?
Hi. No.
Oh.
That's what the caller just said. CW.
Oh. Yeah. Okay. Hi, CW. Hi, Sue. Hi, everybody. So, I got all excited. I thought it was Sue on the phone because I saw something about Sue. And I was like, what? What is this? And Jeff and I were talking about it. Uh-oh, someone else calling.
Oh.
Bye. And so I can't even finish that statement because she just went away. And Jeff is doing something weird right now, and I'm just I feel like uncomfortable right now. And maybe you guys could share in the uncomfortable moment right now. I feel like just because I'm going to make him the whole screen just for fun so that we can share in the discomfort together. Okay, maybe
Sue said something about checking your differential oil.
That would be a good plan. Definitely do that on a regular, find the schedule for that. You might even be able to find that in your contract, just saying, because I know it's in that schedule. Just throwing it out there. I don't know. Whatever. This is a Florida caller. I don't know who this is. We'll see who that is.
Florida. You people in Florida are crazy.
I just see the area code, and I'm like, oh, look at that. Could be something fun. If you guys have any questions, though, by all means, Rosie's taking calls. She's ready to handle that. And I get excited when we see calls because I think that it could be fun. And that would be cool. And if not, then, whatever, that's cool, too. You don't have to be shy. We won't bite very hard many times, something like that. Hey, do any of you guys play games? Wait, you can't answer me. I downloaded a game, Ark, today, and just because I want to go catch dinosaurs, so I'm going to be playing that later. I am terrible at games. You know what? Did I tell you my idea for my gaming channel, Jeff? What I'm going to do with it?
No.
I am going to download a new game, and bless you, and I am going to download a new game like every week or every other week, something like that, and make my son Richie and his friends play with me and we're going to just pick random download free game.
Oh, okay.
And we're going to try and play it. And any of you who know me outside of this channel know that I've got a bit of a mouth on me. Like if you've talked to me on the phone or in person, you should see when I play games, because I am terrible at games, but I love playing them. And you would think that what's coming out of my mouth means I hate it. Oh my God. I love it. So we're going to like last week, Richie and I saw this game. It was literally like show horses it was like total cartoon, and like little girls riding on the horses, learning how to show jump. And it was hilarious. And I was like, Rich, we should download that game and play it. And he's like, no. I was like, man. And then I was talking to him today about it. And he's like, okay, that might actually be pretty funny. He's like, that might actually be pretty funny. I'm just saying, yeah, I have this useless game channel that I have. And I'll share it with you just so you can all feel bad for me. I have one subscriber on that channel, and it's my daughter, because she loves me. But I haven't really done anything with it yet, so it's pretty funny. Anyhow, yeah, so, comical. I think this is Sue. We might actually get to talk to Sue.
So we got Don Carr says he uses his own Garmin dash cam. They were stuck on that for a while, the whole dash cam thing.
Oh, yeah, we were talking about video stuff, right?
Roland Espinoza postulates that if I get a new truck, that I'll get 9 miles per gallon at 68. And I'll get 9.5 at 60, Roland.
Yes. See, that's where we argue right there. That is exactly right. Just because I can get 9 at 68 doesn't mean I'm going to do 68, because I'm going to try to do 10 at 55.
Yep.
That's where I roll. I'm just saying. I mean, I'm up, a 1.5 miles, 2 miles per gallon at times right now. The math on that, I can't do it right now on the top of my head, but there's some savings happening. Granted, the higher you get, the smaller the profit growth is, okay?
Right.
So you do need to understand that. Right. Exactly. Diminishing returns. Dang it, Jeff, you are on it today, brother. Thank you, sir. And so you do get diminishing returns. So there is a certain level where, getting that extra 2 miles per gallon may only save you a couple $100 a year. I haven't got there yet. I'm just saying, if I can keep increasing my revenue by a couple grand a year, hey man, maybe that pays for Vegas next year. Just saying.
Yeah, my gut feeling on that, Charlie, is it's got to be somewhere around 10.
Right. That's kind of what I'm thinking.
If you could get a truck as close to 10 as you can, I think that's about what we can do with the current technology. The people. So back in the day, because we're old guys, and so I was actually around and listening when Kevin Rutherford first hit the air like 15 years ago.
Right.
And one of the things those drivers over in Europe get like 12 miles per gallon in their trucks. They call them lorries over there. Right. And of course, the answer to that is, the speed limit for trucks is 40 miles an hour over there.
Right.
And their weight limits are half what ours are.
Yeah. And they're driving cab overs.
Yep.
So which we can't seem to get a hold of over here.
I saw a couple of new ones recently. I can't
remember. You have to special order them. Really special order them. They only get so many a year, and it's a weird thing, because I looked into them for a while, looking at the Argosies. Mm-hmm. It's a pain in the ass to have to lift the cab and do all that stuff. But, man, just the ease of moving them things around, you know what I mean? The turn radius on them, the weight on them tends to be a little lower just because it's less whatever.
Well, you remember they had those Argosies in Troutdale specifically to go run the 101.
Right.
Because of those tight corners.
And out of, what's that terminal down there in that San Francisco area? What's the name of that?
Lathrop.
Lathrop. They had a whole fleet of them that just did San Francisco freight. Mm-hmm. And look, I can tell you, it was a good thing they had them, because they sent me on one of those loads one time with my international.
Mm-hmm. International.
Yeah. It was not pleasant. And I almost broke a lot of stuff that day that was not going to be okay. And it was going to be expensive because I was far too long for that mess. But they're like, we got no one else. Go figure it out. I'm like, really? Okay. And I got down there. When I got back and complained about it to someone, they're like, yeah, you're a sucker. No one ever in their right mind takes that load because, yeah. I'm like, ugh. Oh, man. Sue hung up.
What is her... Sue, what's your problem with this? Why do you hate Charley so much?
Right? Why aren't you talking? Why don't you get on the air and talk with us, Sue? Now we're just going to call you out. I don't have Sue. She was there. I think it said Sue. I don't know. Maybe it wasn't even Sue. Maybe Rosie just had a weird comment in there about Sue, and then Rosie just walked away. Look. This is what happened. Rosie said, "Be right back," and then walked away, and she just left her post.
And
now we don't even know what the phone call was about. I know she was enjoying it because you guys saw her laughing and talking and stuff. She has no idea I did that to her. That's kind of funny, actually. Whatever. Jeff,
man.
I feel so just defeated now.
Yeah.
I got all excited. Thought, man, we're going to talk to Sue and she's going to fill our heads with some wonderful stuff and information that's going to save us all $3 billion this year each.
That's right.
And then there was
nada.
I'm looking. She hasn't called back. She's not calling back. She's like, I'm not talking to you guys. I'm over you. I don't even want to talk to you guys. Well, fine. If nobody wants to talk about anything else and you're not going to call in, guys, let me wait and see if Rosie has any information when she comes back. You'll notice she's still not there. Oh, great. So, here she comes. Anyhow, she's on her way back, clearing her throat. That's hilarious. I forgot I unmuted her so you could hear her halfway across the house. I love when she does that. It's funny. She does not like the way that I like that. Don't tell her I said anything. Stop it. Act like she doesn't, like nobody knows anything. What's she doing? She's opening a soda. Oh, she makes random noises too. Did you hear that? Oh. See, more random noises. What, babe? We weren't talking about you. I didn't turn your camera on. Weird echo going on.
I don't know from where. Oh, hang on. It's that.
The other headset below the microphone trick. That's what it was.
There.
Yeah, now it's gone.
Is that better?
So was that Sue on the phone and then she went away?
Yes. She
didn't want to talk to us?
She just stopped to say hi. But then she wanted to talk to me because we never get to talk. So.
Oh, man.
Yeah, I'm pretty special. I got to.
Pretty much said screw you and me, Jeff.
No. She says hi.
That's cool. No, we're gonna deal with her. See, you know what? I'm gonna make a trip up to the terminal tomorrow.
So I'm gonna get a load over to Florida.
Oh yeah. Oh man, this is gonna be great.
I'm setting my home time for Ocala next week.
Yes, make it happen. We'll do some stuff. Well, all right, guys. Nobody else is calling in. We're gonna call this thing a wrap here pretty quick. Unless you got anything else, Jeff, you want to throw out there?
No, just what I said before about fuel shopping. You guys got to do your due diligence.
Yeah.
If you're not shopping for fuel every single day, like I have a rough idea when I start a route like the one I'm starting tomorrow. That's going to take me 2 days, but I'll still check fuel prices tomorrow. I'll still check fuel prices on Thursday morning, just to be sure. A couple pennies here and there,
they add up.
$5-10, that adds up over the course of a year.
Absolutely. So, how about you, babe? You got anything you want to throw out there? Sorry about the chat today, guys.
Nope.
Technology.
All good. Just getting used to this new truck.
She's still not completely on board yet. She's just not. Look,
is she talking? Is it bad? So bad that she's speaking Wookiee in her sleep?
I'm not commenting on that because she's been speaking Wookiee for years anyhow in her sleep. What did he say? What?
What?
My bad. I'm not sure if that's Wookiee or not. I'm just throwing it out there. Anyhow, you guys, once again, thank you for joining us. It is seriously, it means a lot to us that you're here every week and you tune in and you put up with our technology problems and all this crap that happens to us. Seems to be happening more and more lately. Honestly, I can tell you it's not our end. I'm not sure what it is. I'm going to reach out to the provider of my platform and find out if they're noticing some sort of issues there and see if there's some sort of workaround or fixes, because I shouldn't have to maintain a separate device just to watch chat, because that's part of the service I'm paying for, is to have it all right here.
Mm-hmm.
So we'll see what we can do about that.
It's probably the same people that hacked the EIA site. They found out that we were so popular, they had to mess with us.
Right? Because our millions of weekly viewers are like, taking over the world. But thank you guys once again. Hey, make sure you hit the thumbs up. If you haven't done it already, do it right now. Just do it right now. Don't wait till later. Don't be like, I'll do it later. Click that button right now. I want to see 100 thumbs ups on a video. That would really make me, you guys just don't know. Like, maybe I'll give something away. That's right. I want to see that magic thumb. Click on that magic thumb. Hit the subscribe. Don't forget to hit the bell right there so that you know when we're putting out new videos. Make sure you check out all these people that we're talking about all the time. MD Alignment, Pittsburgh Power, all that stuff. So that look, this stuff, these services they provide, the products that they're putting out, we've had nothing but much success with. Oh,
there we go.
Jeff just thumbs up our video because he's logged into it.
That makes 9 today.
Oh my gosh, you guys are hurting my feelings right now. 9 likes. And look, I know there was
9
at least
out of 19 that are on there.
Right this second. We can see 19 right this second. And there's 9. That means 10 of you hate us and hate what we're doing. That's the way I take that. I'm just going to throw it out there. But it's cool. It's cool. Look, you know what? If we haven't earned your thumbs up, your like, come back after this live video ends, leave a comment, reach out to us in private, whatever it is you want to do, and let us know. What can we do better? What is it you want us to do more of, less of? And we can adapt and overcome and make things better for all of us. So you guys, until next week, we'll see you right here Tuesday at 6 p.m. Eastern time on Swift Contractors Corner is the name of the channel. We are Contractors Corner Consulting Group. I'm Charlie. Damn it. That's Jeff. That's Rosie. And we'll see you guys next week. Be safe. Take care of each other.